All right, we have a few fan questions that are going to be answered today. Again, I came down to get some pictures signed, and we weren't really prepared to do any videos, but the Nanny and Pawpaw did agree to do some audio questions to put out for your video today. So I hope that y'all enjoy. Here we go. All right, one of the questions is...
Welcome to Elvis Fans Matter.
Hey! Sorry, my bad. Let's see. One of the questions was, when your family, what did your family think, or how did your family react the first time you got to hear Elvis on the radio?
Couldn't believe it, you know. It heard, you know, singers all over. We, you know, heard songs, you know, different songs on Grand Ole Opry and stuff like that. And God, first time I heard him, you know, I couldn't believe it. I thought, you know, golly, that's him, you know. And it was just, you know, a shock. That's all you could say, you know. And I thought, God, you know, that's somebody in the family, and you know, he's made a record, and people like it. So, you know, it was quite a thrill for everybody, the whole family, you know, everybody, you know. A lot of us would gather around and listen to it, you know, just I guess just to realize it was him. But Elvis, he had that charisma about him, you know, that golly, even when he was not famous, you know, something about him, you know, that drew you to him, that you couldn't help but like him, you know. And that's it on that one. You'll have to come up with something else, because I'm lost as a goose.
Let's see. Do you remember what it was like the first time that you saw Elvis perform, and where was that?
Well, the first time I actually got to see him perform was at Rushwood Park in Memphis, Tennessee. He was doing a benefit show. And golly, man, I was in, like other fans out there, I was in total awe. I couldn't, you know, when he come out, and the feeling, the actual tingling, you might say, of seeing him on stage, and all these people, you know, rushing the stage and trying to touch him, and, you know, and screaming, and you know, I thought, golly, man, this is unbelievable. And I, you know, I thought, I said, dang, man, the whole world just gone crazy, you know. I mean, I'd never seen anything like that. And at my age, I couldn't believe it. And boy, I tell you, he put on a really, really good show too. And like I say, I was just like any other fan out there. You know, heck, I actually wanted to touch him myself, you know. But he put on a good show, and like I say, that's the first time I got to see him. And from there on, I thought, man, I can't believe this. You know, he's my first cousin, and he's this big a star, and this many people come to see him. You know, I guess I thought, what is it about him? You know, the word charisma to me back in, it didn't mean nothing. You know, but the feeling definitely was there. You know, and I'll always remember that, and always, you know, remember that first time.
And this is a question I always get tickled about it, because Nanny told the first time that she saw one of Elvis's movies was actually at the Vaughn Theater in Hernando, and she couldn't believe that all the girls were screaming and hollering and going crazy. But for both of y'all, were you ever shocked to see how the audience reacted? to Elvis, whether it be in his movies, for you, for Nanny, or at a show? Were you shocked to see how the audience reacted to him, or was it something that you weren't surprised because he was that good?
Well,
after Hernando, I was not shocked ever again. Even the first time I saw him on stage was we was in Vegas, and because I met Elvis back in the earlier movie days. And he would record, but he was not doing tours or live performances. And when I saw him in Vegas on stage for the first time, I couldn't believe that it was just our Elvis, the same Elvis. It just, I was like Billy, I was just in awe because I didn't realize that. I knew his voice and all that, but he had the same voice on stage as the records. He just, he was amazing. I never got over that either. That just gave me a whole different perspective of Elvis. Because all I knew back in the early days was him coming home from the studio and then getting up and going back to the studio and doing movies and all that. Of course, he did the songs in the movies, but that was totally different than being on stage.
I remember too when I first saw the movie Love Me Tender. My family and Aunt Gladys Knockavarna went downtown Memphis and to watch it, and I thought, my goodness, because you could only hear about half of it because of the screaming and the carrying on. And when he died, you can hear nothing.
No.
Except a lot of crying and screaming. And they acted the same way at the movie as they did at the concert.
Yeah.
He just, he had that something that you can't put your finger on or a certain word to identify it. For me, I can't. Anyway.
That's the one.
And
that's the movie I saw in Hernando too. I was just, I wasn't very old, and I didn't realize. I went with a friend that was a little older than me. I didn't realize what was happening when they started screaming. I thought the place was on fire or something. I didn't know, that it was about him. And when he died, like you said in the movie in Love Me Tender, when he died, they started beating the seats and throwing the popcorn boxes and Coke things and everything else at the screen. I thought they were going to call the police or something, but I don't know. It scared me to death.
Alrighty, you want to come up with another one here?
Let's see. I know we plan on doing a long video and I guess I say in-person video about y'all moving from Tupelo to Memphis as a family. But if you just want to touch base on that a little bit and tell maybe a little about that for the fans that don't know, just as a kind of a prequel to the long video that we plan on doing, and answer the question of why do you think fans were so devoted to Elvis and still are today?
Well, moving from Tupelo to Memphis, that's a long. I'd rather do that, on the video. The fans are devoted to Elvis. Why I think they're devoted to Elvis, I wish I could tell you.
I think because he connected so well with them, and he was so down to earth, and he made time for them. He didn't just act like he didn't care. He loved his fans, and
they loved him.
Yeah, and he showed it.
Again, you can't put your finger on it.
No.
I can't tell you why. I know that even though I was Elvis's cousin and I was around him, I'm still a fan of his. I still,
Yeah.
you know, I still like watching stuff and attending events and stuff, you know, talking about Elvis. I still do. So I can only say what, you know, how I feel, and I think, in a way, I guess that's how the other fans feel, you know, that you really can't get enough of him, you know. Even though you've seen it a half a dozen times, you want to go back and you want to do it again all over. And why, I don't know. But it's there, and I'm glad it's there.
He was just one of a kind. I mean, you know.
Well, I think he earned that throughout his life, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I think his fans are showing it.
I do too. He has a following of fans that I've never heard of anybody else in history that had people that loved him and kept following generations after their death. Just, I mean, not just history.
Not just here, all over the
personal,
world.
right, all over
you
the
think
world.
about, you know, he's got fans all over the world, and that just, you know, and they still, you know, cling to anything they get about Elvis or anything they can see that, you know, pertains to Elvis. So it'll go on, hopefully, and the younger generation will fall in and be a lot the same way. They seem to be now, you know.
That's why they need to know the truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, they want to bring in the new generation, the younger ones. Well, they need to know the truth and not what somebody made up and wants to put on their mind and all. You know, they need to know what the Elvis fans from years ago knew, and the real Elvis, not what's portrayed in that movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think this will wrap it up on the questions. Just wanted to have you answer a few, and we know that y'all enjoy having the visual videos. We just weren't. It was just like last minute, and wanted to be able to get a video out. But if you do like the interview type videos that are just audio, sometimes we can do those because those are easier, or something that I'm able to do over the phone or over the iPad if I can't come down and working on video. So let us know in the comments if you do like the interview style audios, and keep sending in your questions. We have quite a few more questions that we'll be working on in the next few weeks, and more visual, real time visual videos to come out. But until then, we did want to be able to answer a few questions, and we hope to see you all again soon. Take care, and as always, how do we end them?
I can't tell you this.
Elvis fans matter.
They do. Elvis fans matter.
Love y'all.
And
Bye.
hope you can enjoy us flopping our lip. With that, bye-bye.
Bye.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.